It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome. Tonight.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. And with tip.
Well, guys, we know when you talk about dedication, Chris.
Tremendously competitive with great attention to detail, David. Thanks. Brent, some teams already failing to meet expectations. What shouldn't they do this early on?
Panic. I mean, sometimes it just happens, and sometimes it could take a winning streak. You might turn it around, a winning streak of 7 or 8 games, and the mentality in the locker room changes. The coaches maybe clue into rotations and maybe combinations of guys that all of a sudden you're feeling good about what you worked on in training camp and what you grinded through. Now you start to have some success with it. So the biggest thing is just don't panic.
And trust the plan.
Wow, I thought you might have gone process, but you did plan.
On purpose.
I like that.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I got to think. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So on the floor for Houston, Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo. Clint Capella is out there with Bielitz, and it's House in at the 3. Harden inside the three-point line. San Antonio with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Rockets team.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series. That's a talented guy getting too easy a look. Might have been a miscommunication on that one.
Well, just the first quarter, everyone's still getting adjusted. That said, on defense, you have to bring help sooner.
AI passes to Aldridge, and the dunk by Aldridge.
Yeah, aware of everybody on the floor that time. AI knowing he could get that one to his teammate.
Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against the Wizards in Washington.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, good collective team unity. Everyone pitching in, so trying to win for one another. That's a good thing.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. No one covering. Paul's got his first points of the game. The Spurs have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. AI passes to Aldridge. Tries from 16. Rebounded by Capella.
And that was an easy one there. Just a missed opportunity.
Yeah, sometimes everything can go right, but the shot doesn't go down. Nothing there is automatic.
Yep, that one goes in there.
These guys are like dentists right now. 4 out of 5 recommending a made shot. They're in a great groove.
Shot, high post, and he comes up with the deuce. Paul's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, the defense has to stay up on Chris Paul. When he sees separation, he's going to find an angle to get you.
Outside DeRozan. Back to AI. Buries it down low. AI's got his second basket. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Paul kicks to Capella. Passes to Bielitz. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at
the Rockets shooting their first free throws here for the night. Pirtle, he's checked in for the Spurs. Light comes in for DeJounte Murray. The Spurs have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. AI passes to Aldridge. Spurs working the ball around now. Down low. And good coming on the assist by AI.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And here's Harden. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
And his touch has just been a little bit absent this quarter, and he's missing a ton of shots.
Kept alive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Spurs shooting their first free throw. First trip to the line. Over in the corner, Paul to the inside. Elitsa, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Aldridge out there with Medu. Then it's AI. Then there's Murray. And it's Walker in at the small forward. That's the San Antonio 5. Here's AI. And he finishes nicely on the layup. AI's got the lead back up to 5 now for the Spurs. Rockets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, AI in their last time out against the Wizards was terrific. He scored 23 points and did his thing on the defensive end with a number of steals. He racked up big numbers in what was a really good performance. Can he carry it over tonight? We'll see, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. He lifted his game to an unreal level that night.
Yeah, he showed how dangerous he is when he's at his best. And, man, he'd love to keep that hot streak going here tonight.
Would you guys be surprised if he doesn't keep it going? I mean, the only way to follow up a game like that is with an even better one.
Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for their matchup with the Clippers, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top. And just keeping his teammates involved. This is the kind of leadership you like to see.
Well, you could trademark this brand of basketball, running through the progressions and working around for decent looks.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Here's AI, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now an 11-point Spurs lead.
Once AI gets the ball in that painted area, he's just got a number of ways that he can go to cause damage.
To the paint, and the dunk by Capella.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Cover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Rockets trail by 11. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
To the middle, here's Paul. Plays it up and banks it in. Paul's got 6 points.
So creative right there. Paul's fantastic at finding ways to get inside and capitalize, whether it's him or a teammate.
And a look here at the most accurate shooting guards in the NBA this season. James Harden, number 1.
His shooting has been off the charts. I mean, especially given that he typically operates away from the basket. Those aren't all layups he's knocking down.
Yeah, true, not all layups, but he does get plenty of his points at the rim and on the attack. One-on-one, he can break down just about any defender in the league and find a way to get there. When he does get inside, he is a great finisher.
And a terrific percentage here in the first half. You gotta love their rhythm and the flow with which they're playing.
I also like the adjustments that they've made. Each time they're defended a little bit differently, they seem to have the answer for it.
And it's Paul missing.
You got to be a little bit questioning of the defense, because I'm sure they feel foolish for giving that guy that look. They survived it. Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Rejected by AI.
And that's AI saying, get that stuff out of here. Sending it back.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. Harden with it. from deep three-point range, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's San Antonio looking at a 13-point.
Thanks, Kevin. Pop, what did you think?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at AI, in this game, he has been everywhere.
And we saw his work over the first two quarters, really pushing the action and consistently finding the open man.
And the offense is at its best when they get him the ball. Every time down the floor, maybe one touch to ignite the offense.
And on the floor for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The engine of this team, Paul and Harden in the backcourt. Bielitsa is out there with Clint Capella, and it's House in at the three. There's so many great point guards in the league right now, Brent. Which of them do you think does the best job of running the pick and roll?
I think Chris Paul still heads up the top of my list for pick and roll operators. He's so devastating and has been for his entire career in the mid-range, just settling in at the free throw line and popping shots that seem effortless, and he's able to knock it down. Steph Curry is still at the point guard position, does so many unique things, Kevin, playing without the basketball and setting screens away from the ball to open up teammates, which eventually gives him opportunities to shoot threes. So divergently different, those two, but two of my favorites to watch.
Derek White's checked in for DeJounte Murray. AI outside. And a minute played as the second half gets going. And oh, he jams it right over Clint Capella. Wow.
I mean, it's not your intent to make people look bad. AI making people look bad.
And that last replay, courtesy of the Under Armour Hover Havoc, unleashing a little bit of chaos. Timeout called the Rockets.
And one thing they'll discuss are the defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And the Spurs with some changes. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for Aldridge. And Davis Bertans subbed in for Medu. And a switch here also for Houston. Waba's checked in. White, good. White's got 6.
And you look at it, 8 of the last 10 points they've given up here coming in transition.
Paul kicks to Capella. Bielitsa passes to Harden. The three gets it to go from beyond the arc. 5 points in the game.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
Now, here's AI, guarded by Harden. AI can't hit.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
And the wide open shot from Paul, and it comes off the front of the rim.
This just doesn't seem to be his night, or his team's for that matter either. They got to pull it together here quick, or it's going to be lights out.
Here's AI. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's the pass to Harden. Houston moving the ball around. Paul surveying the floor. 6 to shoot. Pulls from the top of the key. No good on the shot. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game, as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. White, good.
Yeah, that's pretty much a perfect pass, and that's also alliteration.
Inside. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Harden. And it's 8 points for Chris Paul.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
AI right side. He dishes it to Poeltl. Back to AI. Poeltl with the ball. Capella's there. AI left side. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Timeout called, the Rockets.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, coming out of the timeout, let's see if they go for the outside shot or if they look to go inside, try to build some confidence by seeing that ball go in.
And the Spurs whistle. Medu is out there with LaMarcus Aldridge. Then it's DeRozan. Then it's AI. And it's Murray in at the shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5.
There's such a threat to score from mid-range, but on the inside can do some damage as well.
And it's Paul with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. One team owner proposed that we should abolish the draft and have free agency for rookies, maybe giving lesser teams a bigger pool of money to spend. Just some of the ideas these teams are in the league is throwing out there.
Well, that's an interesting idea. The one that I heard about last summer was in Houston trying to flip-flop free agency and the draft so that all of a sudden what you can do is draft players after it is that you've made all your free agent acquisitions so you could draft positionally. You know you're set up for your team next year. And the more I've thought about that, Kevin, coming into this season, the more I like it. So we'll see what kind of traction that gets.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Bertanis, he's checked in for Aldridge. Gallinelli comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Walker subbed in for Murray.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand, and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Paul finds Nene, and slam dunk by Nene.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there, has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Now, here's AI, defended by Paul. The kick out to Walker. It's AI on the wing. 5 to shoot. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
Yeah, it's felt like everything that he's doing is in great rhythm. AI so talented. Love to watch him play.
Paul goes in. Young with no one around. Offline with his 3.
And that's a rare sight. Usually shooters make the defense pay when they're that lackadaisical.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
See, the problem with defending AI is that he's going to be aggressive. You're going to be on your heels, and you don't know if he's going to beat you with the shot or with the pass.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against the conference.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could